Yes, Keith, do stay with us. We have further updates from Europe. We now move on, where US President Donald Trump has formally begun his unprecedented second state visit to Britain. On Wednesday, King Charles and the royal family will host him with full ceremonial honours at Windsor Castle, which includes a carriage procession, gun salutes and a state banquet. The visit is expected to advance more than $10 billion worth of investment and trade deals. But Trump's arrival has stirred mixed reactions. Londoners were divided, with some praising his leadership and others calling the visit outrageous. Protests flared in Windsor, where images of Trump and Prince Andrew alongside Jeffrey Epstein were projected onto the castle walls. Police confirmed 4 arrests linked to what they described as a public stunt. Let's in fact listen in to what some local residents of Windsor had to say.
I quite like Trump, yeah. I think he does a good job for what he does. Yeah, he's trying to make America great again, and I think we need someone like that over in England. I think politicians are useless at the moment. So,
do you think he's welcome in London? Are you happy he's here?
I'm happy he's here. Yeah, I've got no problems with him at all. Yeah, I'm quite happy with him. Yeah, I can't see what the protests are about, really.
I like Trump. I've never had an issue with him. Of all the US presidents, I like Donald Trump. I think he has good principles. People could say a lot about him. At least he's trying to stop wars, especially in Ukraine. I think there's been a lot of suffering. A lot of people are dying unnecessarily, or because of people's egos, or whatever the politics is. But it's enough of the bloodshed. A lot of people are dying, and it's not really fair. I'm a Christian. I believe that we should all live in peace and love.
Apologies, they were from London, those points of view. Meanwhile, adding to the economic spotlight, Google has announced a new $6.8 billion investment in the UK, with company president Ruth Porat calling it part of a growing US-UK special technology relationship. Let's take a listen in to what the chief investment officer of Google had said.
I can tell you that at Google we do. It's not just because I was born here. We have more than 7,000 people here. It's been a wonderful home to Google for 20 years. And that's why we're excited that we're announcing another £5 billion investment over the next couple of years. And that's just the next 2. And hopefully we'll see what comes from.
We're once again joined by Keith Vaz. Keith, this is Trump's second state visit, of course his second presidency. Many will be looking at the images coming out and remember he first met the Queen, infamously walked in front of her. This is unprecedented for a US president. What does this say about the importance Britain places on ties with Washington, especially within the climate right now, in an unpredictable world with Donald Trump at its helm?
Well, what it says is that Britain has apparently no other friends in the world. They have to develop a relationship that's stronger with America because Britain chose to leave the EU. And therefore, there's nobody else that they can deal with apart from the Americans. So I think probably Donald Trump will get more out of this than the British Prime Minister, because President Trump presumably wants a distraction from his domestic affairs that are going on in the United States over the publication of the Epstein files, for example. And this is a very nice distraction. It seems like a long way to come for dinner in Windsor, because he's not going to meet members of the public for fear of what members of the public might do or say. And as you say, we saw the projection of the Trump-Epstein pictures on Windsor Castle. I don't know how these people managed to do this. It's absolutely incredible. But, because security must be very tight. If they can put these images on Windsor Castle, what else can they do? They must be very inventive. I don't know how they think about these things. Anyway, he's there. He's at Windsor Castle. He will be treated in the appropriate way by the British monarchy. And he will go back in 2 days' time and say what a wonderful show it's been. So what we get out of it practically, I'm not quite so sure. Parliament is not sitting. I remember the last time we had an American president come to visit us, it was Barack Obama. I was in the audience for that, and Obama was greeted like a superstar, walked down the middle of Westminster Hall. I had the pleasure of shaking his hand, as did my sister, who's also a member of Parliament. We were both there together. I have watched it since, but it's interesting because Obama is arriving in London next week, and he's going to the O2 to meet real people, and it's sold out. The tickets are so expensive, many of us can't even afford to go there. So it'll be interesting to see the contrast between the visit of Trump and Obama.
Yes, Keith, Vaz, thank you very much for joining us. We will, of course, keep you updated on Trump's visit to the UK as we get those updates. Keith, do stay with us. We have more updates from Europe.